What's up, y'all? It's your boy Machiavelli, and we back. And today we got Club Shay. I actually got a few on Club Shay and Steve Stoute interview. I liked it that one. It was nice. It was a cool one. Shout out to Club Shay and everything what he got going on over there, black man. But yeah, this one right here. So first take we got Steve Stout on Kobe Bryant and his take on how his experience with Kobe was. It's quite interesting, I think, if you ask me. So we're gonna listen in and tune in on it.
I don't know how many people know this, but Kobe lived with you for 6 weeks. Yeah. How old was he when he lived with you?
How old was he? He was going into his second year.
So he's about 18.
Yeah.
And you said, is it true that you signed Kobe to a recording contract?
Yeah, I signed Kobe to a recording contract. So
to do what?
The math went just like this.
Yeah, I want to hear this one. Let me set up for this one.
Kobe rapping.
When Will Smith made Men in Black and sold all these records, the music business had changed where it was like, it was, again, Nas, Wu-Tang, and Biggie, and sort of Mobb Deep. It was that kind of, much darker sound.
Yes.
Right? Compared to what he was doing.
Right.
He was bright as bright can get.
Right. You talking about Will or Kobe?
I'm talking about Will. I'm talking about Will right now.
Yeah, yes, okay.
So I'm like, if this guy, and he rapped over a sample and it became super pop and successful, I'm like, if we can do that, just maybe, but hold on, Shaq just did it. Shaq sold millions of records, man.
Correct.
People, he really did.
Yes.
It is not a fake thing.
Right.
Shaq had a successful recording music career. And I'm like, if Shaq can do it, Will Smith did it, big, Shaq just did it. This kid, Kobe, people will love this guy. I mean, he went to the prom with Brandy. There was a lot of energy around him. And he actually had a rap group. When I signed him, he was in a group. I mean, Kobe, God bless, anyway, he went solo soon after.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, Kobe did.
He was in a group, though. He was in a group, and he put in the work. He came to my house. He lived at my house for 6 weeks. I lived in New Jersey. A very dear friend of mine, Charles Oakley, used to come out to Jersey and hang out with him, worked out with him a few times. And Kobe was still, we would, in the morning, get up. I got him to go to this local gym. He would shoot 1,000 shots. Then he had these tapes. It was Michael Jordan going left, Michael Jordan going right. So it was just, the tapes were split of Jordan moving left, Jordan moving right, Jordan guarding people going left, Jordan guarding people going right.
Oh, see. That's why Mike the GOAT, in my opinion. I don't know if I told y'all that, but we'll get into all that with them. I'm into sports too, so I'll give y'all some takes on the sports too. But to give y'all a little background, okay, I got Mike first. It's hard for me to where I put Kobe because I understand he did his thing and he got his rings. He got 5, so he's up there. But this is my thing about Kobe. He looked just like Mike to the T. The second coming of Mike, you know what I'm saying? At least, let's say that the second coming of Mike, because in the 18-year-old, when he did come into the league, he did have his own style. He was not fade away and all that when he first came into the league. So he actually was Kobe himself. But as he got older, he understood that, okay, this is how he doing it. Let's study him and let's see if I get the same results. Quite naturally, he got a little of the same. He didn't get it quite same, but as we know, he got some results out of us. So, it's hard to put Kobe in front of Mike for me, which I would never do, but I give him his respect. Definitely give him his respect. I put him over LeBron. Good thing.
He'd watch it for hours, and then we would go to the studio and record. That was his routine every single day. I learned a lot of discipline, from a young man, I thought I was, pretty disciplined and doing my thing, and I seen another level of it with him. Very, very special talent. I could talk about him for hours because during that period of time when I got to know him, he wasn't really into having a lot of friends. A lot of people never got a chance to get deep get a chance to get close to him because he was closed off like that. And for years, man, we would speak all the time. I mean, we became very, very close friends. So obviously it was unfortunate. I took him to Rucker Park. He played in Rucker Park, man. And he wanted to play because all these guys all these NBA guys go to Rucker Park. It's like, you got to play in the Rucker.
It's like a rite of passage.
Yeah. And we go out there. And I gave him to my man. I didn't have a team. Irv Gotti grew up in my neighborhood. I let him play for Irv's Murder Inc. team at the time. And he goes out there and all the guys are there. And he starts putting on a show, Shay. A show. He loved it. It starts to drizzle. I'm like, we got to close this game down. I mean, I'm not letting him play, but he's not going to let the game, he's not going to want to be the one to call it. So that he starts telling the basketball team how to play on wet surfaces. Wow. I'm like, we're not doing any of this because I already know.
Hey, that's competitive at its finest. The game going, and I'm pretty sure he was cooking. Pretty sure he was cooking, and the crowd going for him, roaring. He like, no, we gotta finish this. Hey, look, this is what y'all do. You play like this when it's raining. You move like this. Move out the band, man. Kobe, them boys ain't elite like you. They not for to do that. That's elite for your level, anybody level in that case. Because, ain't nobody out there practicing in the rain. Now, we all from the hood. Well, I ain't going to say we all from the hood, but if you is from the hood, which I'm from, you have tried the drizzle. Yeah, but at a certain point in time when it's like, man, I don't think we going to go, y'all. It's over with. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it got to that point, but we'll see. Continue.
I think it's hurt.
It's on me. Watch.
It's on my watch. So we shut it down. But he put, I forgot what he put. He scored 30 points in 12 minutes or some crazy number and shit like that.
So could you tell, because you said he's so disciplined, he's watching Jordan go left, watching Jordan go right. Jordan's guarding left, Jordan's guarding right, and he's back in the studio recording. Did you know then, with the level of discipline that an 18-year-old kid had, that he was going to be what he became?
Oakley told me. Charles told me. Charles told me immediately the similarities between him and Jordan with work ethic. He knew it immediately. Like he came in talking that. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I'm like, whatever. He said that. But
true.
The other thing he did was he asked me, and I had this guy who worked for me at the time. He's actually now, his name is Anton Marchand. He's actually recruits for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He worked for me in the music business at the time. Kobe was going to guard Allen Iverson that year. And he was very much respectful of Iverson's speed and all that. And he said, he wanted to get young guards from New York that could, do their crossover and all that. We got him, went to this indoor gym. He lined 10 of them up. They came in from the 3-point line. He stood at the foul line, and they would come in like an assembly line, and he would guard them, try to strip them, take them to the hole, and then run back to the line before the next guy came. He ran that. He never got on offense. He ran that like an assembly line. Wow. He was just guarding. He was guarding guys, 6 foot, fast as shit. They'd get past him, steal from him, block it, rub their shit against the backboard, come back, guard the next guy. He was doing this over. I couldn't believe that he was doing this. No offense, no nothing. And it was like this level of discipline. And in a tough guy, tough, like just a strong, disciplined, tough, principle-driven man. We go out one night to this bar. And back then, street guys would buy all of the Cristal.
Yeah.
Right? But let me tell you something. They're buying the Cristal because what they want is, assuming, not because they are drinking all of it, if somebody comes in and you order Cristal, you got to check in. You got to check in. So I ordered a Cristal. He's not even drinking. Kobe's not drinking at all back then. He was not drinking alcohol at that time. Guy says, I have to check in. this guy down at the bar, whatever. I'm like, I don't feel like doing it. He's like, man, fuck this shit. Just good thing. So I got the Cristal.
Oh, see, I know you got to say that probably. You know what I'm saying? Kobe won't drink it, but I don't know if he was in there. I hope he don't. Well, rest in peace, Kobe. He gone. If he was in there, you know what it is. He don't die.
No, I didn't get the Cristal. I didn't want to do it. I'm like, I'm not, fuck this. I'm not doing this.
See?
We go out to a
Yeah,
diner like 2, 3 in the morning.
That's the past right
And
now.
the same guy, street guy,
why. I understand what you
won't say his name, is sitting there, and Cole is making jokes about his outfit, and he's being a little loud. I'm like, yo, you gotta
talk about the outfit.
Chill with that, bro.
Yeah, he's not chilling with that, bro. He's loud. The guy
outfit,
send somebody over, yo, blah, 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 I want to talk to you. I go outside. I'm like, yo, the young kid, he got the gun out. He's like, yo, he got the gun out. Yo, I'm like, yo, he's a young man, da, 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 da. I'm trying to tell him. That's how, he didn't even know who he was. All right, so he doesn't even know who Kobe Bryant is. I'm like, he's a young man thing. He's cool, whatever, whatever. Kobe comes outside, sees the gun.
1819
I'm
Kobe
like,
real fresh.
go back in. He goes, I'm not going nowhere. He did this on 23rd and 9th Avenue. He did that.
So what did old boy
at
say?
18? The whole thing, it died, but he said he ain't going nowhere. I'm like, yo, he's just thing. He don't know who you are. It was already, the guy felt embarrassed. Right. It wasn't like, it wasn't crazy. The guy felt embarrassed. He really wanted an apology for the embarrassment.
Right.
That was because it was loud.
Right.
And I was giving him that, it's cool, man. It's fine. He didn't mean no disrespect. He doesn't even know who you are, man. Right. He's not even from here.
Right.
When he hit the thing out, when he said, I ain't going nowhere,
what?
I'm like, dude, what kind of person is this? I'm giving you the out.
Right.
This is not your problem. I'll deal with this problem. Right. He don't want that. This is our problem.
Wow. Man,
I never told that story, man.
So so you knowing that the kid is so disciplined, know that he's standing, as they say now, in business. What did he teach you?
You can run through walls, man. You believe it, you can do anything. There's nothing you can't do that if you believe it.
Mentality.
That's what he taught me. He never.
Did he speak about the basketball aspect? I understand he was there to do music, but did he talk to you about what he wanted to become in the NBA?
Hell yeah, man. He had he manifested all of it, but he really did the work. He knew that if you did all the work, that ultimately it was going to happen. He didn't even think about it. His whole thing was that everybody who has a talent always tapped out in doing the work. I asked him one time, we were at a restaurant, and we're sitting there talking, and I always wanted to ask this question, dude, what do you think about athletes that come from, I would ask you this, man, athletes that come from 2-parent households versus athletes that come from single-parent households. So you got these guys who come from single-parent households, they're in the football field, and their anger and the shit that I'm doing this for my mother, I ain't got no father, whatever the circumstances are, they bring in all that energy on the basketball court, on the football field. And they play with that level of rage. Yeah. And he goes, I said, how do you feel about them versus, he goes, those guys are intimidating and they play with that rage and it works until they run into the real thing. Michael Jordan, me, Magic Johnson, they run into that. And we got the same level of work ethic and rage. But we come from a solid foundation. And that solid foundation, that's the thing that those guys can't beat. He said that to me. I was like, all right.
Wow. You also knew LeBron at a very young age. I mean, LeBron was what, like 15, 16 when you met him?
Yeah, that's just about it on Cole. That was an interesting story to me, I didn't know Kobe wouldn't live with him for what they said about 6 months. So that was interesting to know about Kobe and just to know in general. Because like I said, I'm a basketball fan, NBA fan. Kobe's like Kobe fan. So even more so after death. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Kobe. You already know. Y'all check out one of my videos I did. This is one of my first videos. But I'm gonna wear it again. I got a Kobe shirt that one of my mans made for me. Shout out to your milk. It's decent, you know what I'm saying? So I wear it, you know what I'm saying? Again, let y'all see it though. But that's basically it on this one. But y'all check out the next one though, because they get a little bit more controversy in this one with Steve Stoute and Dame Dash. And this me, Michael Valley.